Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. It's the year 2050. You wake up, grab breakfast, made by a robotic kitchen assistant. You hop into a self-driving car, no driver in sight. At work, you realize there is no work. The office is empty. The factory floors are silent except for the hum of machines. Everywhere you look, humans have been replaced. Robots and AI now do it all. Sounds like science fiction? Maybe. But the truth is, we're already on the path. Self-checkout machines, warehouse robots, chatbots handling customer service. The question isn't if machines will take over jobs. It's what happens to us when they do. Let's start with the bright side. Robots don't get tired. They don't complain. They don't get sick or demand vacation time. They can work around the clock, never missing a beat. For businesses, this means unimaginable efficiency. Goods could be produced faster, cheaper, and with fewer errors. Imagine food, clothing, technology, all available at a fraction of today's cost. In theory, nobody would ever have to worry about survival again. Hunger could disappear. Poverty could be erased. And for individuals, imagine a world where your time is truly your own. No 9-to-5 grind, no soul-crushing commutes. You could spend your life exploring passions, painting, writing, traveling, or maybe just spending time with family. For centuries, philosophers have dreamed of a society free from labor. Automation could make that dream real. But here's the other side. Work isn't just about money. It's about identity. Ask someone, who are you? And they'll often answer with their profession. I'm a teacher. I'm an engineer. I'm a nurse. Strip that away, and what are we left with? Without jobs, many people might feel lost. Purpose could vanish. And it's not just psychological. Economically, the big question is, who owns the robots? If the machines belong to a handful of corporations, then wealth would concentrate in ways we've never seen before. The rich would become unimaginably richer, while billions could be left with nothing to do and no way to earn a living. History gives us a warning here. During the Industrial Revolution, machines replaced farm workers and craftsmen. At first, it caused massive upheaval, protests, strikes, even riots. Eventually, new jobs were created: factory work, office work, service industries. But here's the problem. This time, robots aren't just taking one kind of job. They're taking all jobs. From driving to law, from medicine to art. No field is completely safe. So how would society adapt? One idea gaining traction is universal basic income. The concept of giving every citizen a guaranteed income, funded by taxes on automation. That way, even if your job disappears, you can still survive. But survival is only the first step. Purpose. Would people spend their free time building, learning, creating? Or would we sink into endless entertainment, scrolling, streaming, playing? In a world where survival no longer forces us to act, would we rise to greatness or drown in distraction? And then there's power. Imagine governments using robots not just for labor, but for control. Surveillance drones monitoring every street. AI judges analyzing your behavior. Robotic armies enforcing laws. A world where machines don't just take your job, they decide your future. So what happens if robots take all our jobs? We face two possible futures. In one future, inequality explodes. A small elite owns the machines and hoards the wealth, while the rest of humanity slips into despair. Society fragments. Chaos follows. In the other future, we find a way to share automation's benefits fairly. Robots free us from drudgery, and humans rise to new heights. Science, art, and philosophy flourish. Life is no longer about working to survive, but about creating, exploring, and truly living. Which path we take depends not on the robots, but on us. Here's the truth. Robots taking over jobs doesn't have to be the end of purpose. It could be the beginning of a new chapter. For centuries, humanity has defined itself by labor. But maybe the challenge of the future is to define ourselves by something greater. By curiosity, by creativity, by compassion. So what happens if robots take all our jobs? Maybe it's not the end of work. Maybe it's the beginning of meaning. Thanks for listening to What Happens If. If this episode made you think, share it with a friend and let me know. If robots took over every job tomorrow, what would you do with your life? Until next time, keep asking, what happens if?